In this lesson, we're going to cover replay attacks. Replay attacks are a type of network-based attack where valid data transmissions are maliciously or fraudulently rebroadcasted, repeated, or delayed. This type of attack can be likened to a session hijack, but with a slight difference. In a session hijack, the attacker aims to modify the information being sent and received in real time. However, in a replay attack, the attacker's goal is to intercept the data, analyze it, and decide whether or not to retransmit it later. To better understand replay attacks, consider the following example. Let's pretend that an attacker is able to capture the session that occurs when you log into your bank with your username and password. Now, they could then replay that session to the bank at a later time and attempt to log in as you. This is the basic premise of a replay attack, and then reuses them to gain unauthorized access to the system. For example, if you just logged into an online shopping website, but the attacker was able to capture your login session details like your username and password, that attacker could then use these captured credentials to log into your account anytime they want, and then they can make unauthorized purchases as if they were you, or even change the account's password to effectively lock you out of your own account and try to take over your account fully. To combat replay attacks, it's crucial to ensure that the websites and devices use session tokens to uniquely identify when the authentication session is occurring. Session tokens are unique pieces of data that are generated for each session, and these tokens make it difficult for an attacker to replay a session. Multi-factor authentication can also prevent the attacker from capturing and replaying a login session, since the attacker would not have the additional piece of information required for authentication, such as one-time use passwords that change every 30 to 60 seconds on your smartphone's authenticated app. By using multi-factor authentication, it becomes nearly impossible for an attacker to capture and replay a session in order to gain access to your account. To minimize the risk of such attacks, it is highly recommended that you use the latest security protocols like Wi-Fi Protected Access 3, known more commonly as WPA3, in order to avoid the threat of a replay attack. So remember, replay attacks involve the fraudulent or malicious rebroadcasting, repetition, or delay of valid data transmissions. Credential replay attacks specifically target a user's login credentials to gain unauthorized access to the system. Mitigation strategies include the use of session tokens and multi-factor authentication. Your understanding and awareness of these kinds of replay attacks is an important step towards securing your data and protecting yourself from potential cyber threats.